Prince Kotem, who is also a warrior from the side of Bambalang, Balikumbat, in the Fon of Bambalang lineage. He's here with us. Prince, I'm sure you have attended several of our programs where we have been asking issues. Where is the Fon of Bambalang? We have been on this matter quite a very long time. Keep on asking questions, and I'm happy you are here for this edition to talk about the release. And so far, my Media Prime House of Commons has been on this issue asking where is the Fon of Bambalang. We are happy that it has been released, and the question now is the Ndian 5. Is this hope for the Ndian 5?
Thank you very much, Mr. Tamai, for having me, and good afternoon to the fellow panelists, particularly Dr. Dimancho, a very big brother to me. And good afternoon to the million televiewers of my Media Prime. It is always an honor for me to be on this platform so that we can share and look forward for solutions to issues that are affecting our country, because it's an obligation for us to put hands together in order to ensure nation building as well as the security of the citizens as a whole. Mr. Tamai, you know, it's been 2 years and plus that we've been talking about the Ndian 5 delegates. It's been a year and plus we've been asking the whereabouts and seeking the release of the Fon of Bambalang, just like other casualties that have been as an effect of this crisis that we have been witnessing since 2016. And today we're very much happy to know that the Fon of Bambalang has been released, and I say Mbe, and just like Senator Mundi was released, he too has gained freedom. Rescued as per the official communique of the government. We're really happy for that. But you know, this crisis has gone a long way, that we've seen so many of these dramas that have been playing, and we keep asking the questions. There are so many words that have been employed in order to, maybe I don't want to say resolve, but in order to justify some positions where you use words like rescue, let go, freedom, and the likes. But what is most touching is the fact that you know, I always like to refer back to the 1977 law organizing chiefdoms and traditional chiefdoms in Cameroon, which actually put in place that, in particular of the chiefs, that they are supposed to be auxiliaries to the administration. But today we realize that most of the chiefs have become part of they have become the administration itself. And this has put them in a very worrying situation and position, because they no longer have the trust the population used to have for them. We know, particularly in the Northwest region or in the West, the Grand West, we have, or the grassland, if you have to put it that way, traditional chiefdoms are entities and institutions that are highly respected by the population, and they, as per their origin and their history, they were not, as per what they are today, mingling with the affairs of the state and of the government. But today it has become a different thing. Wherefore we saw some people, as sacred as the traditional chiefdom of Nso is, some people still had the courage to take the Fon hostage, and you can understand the level at which the crisis has moved through. And if we have to get to a point where this thing has to stop, then we have to tackle the root causes of this problem. And the root causes are still very clear out there, which sometimes we have window dressing solutions that have been put in place. But if we really have to get to find a solution to get to an end of this thing, then we need to tackle the root causes. Going to the Ndian 5 delegates, you know, soon will be 2 years, and we've always been asking the question, where are they? What are the measures that have been put in place? It's true that the government has actually laid down so many measures, and they will still argue with you today the measures that have been put in place in order to ensure their safety and their security. But the question is, where are they till now? Because they have families, they come from particular localities. These people are worried. Just like one guy from my village who used to work at Malende, he just went missing like that, and after some time it was realized that he was buried alive in Malindi because they
in
said
Malindi, in
the southwest region.
That should be in Meme division. Meme division.
I think so.
No, it should be between Meme and Fako because
yeah.
it shares.
Meme, that's
that
Malindi after Moyoka.
After my
going up.
after Moyoka is Malindi, yeah, it should be in Fako division.
Yeah, and
buried alive.
Yes, and when I tried to dig out we find out that he was buried alive because he was termed to be a black leg. That he gave information to the military and so on and so forth. So we have to get to the root causes in order to solve this problem. For the Meme 5, for the Ndian 5, the only hope I have for them now is to believe that maybe they must have escaped and maybe seeking refuge in a neighboring country, maybe Nigeria or somewhere like that. Because you realize that with situations like this, there are instances where people can easily negotiate their outing. And remember, they were picked up where they went for a consultative meeting. How do we put it? A field walk, and they will actually pick up what was the reason for their field walk. What was we're talking about Ndian. Ndian is an area where it's very lucrative, an oil zone, and if they went for a field walk, what were the contours that circulate around this field walk that they actually went for? And when they were picked up, what are the things that were at stake? So 2 years running now, they have not been found. I really want to believe, that's my hope, that maybe they must have escaped. But if they are not, then we should really be very, very worried, as we have been, as to the security. And this pushed me to ask further questions. We have a very I don't know how other people see it, but the way I see it, we have a very hard-working Minister of Territorial Administration, Minister Paul Atanganji, who actually masters the territorial circumference of the country, and is somebody who has been praised often of his very STEM actions towards the security of the country. And I really want to beg on the minister again to look on this issue and put more resources in place in order to look at this this Jan 5, because we and like so many Cameroonians, myself, will believe that you are one of those ministers that have been doing a lot, and you have those powers and you have the capability to get them out. So we think that if they are still alive, then something should be done. No citizen is above another. If Senator Regina Mundi was rescued, as they put it, if the Fon of Bambalang was rescued, the Fon of Saw and many others have been rescued, I think that these authorities too also deserve to be rescued, especially for the fact that they are not ordinary citizens, they are also members of the government, and they were on duty. So it is very, very disturbing to understand that they are still under captivity. However, we should not just keep talking and asking questions, but we need solutions. And like so many people have always proposed about the solutions to these problems, we have to go back, we have to sit again on the round table to look into this problem. And people who have to constitute those that have to sit on the round table must not be pre-selected beforehand before they take on this huge responsibility, because it's a huge responsibility that we have. It would take us 1,000 miles to get out of this, and to get that 1,000 miles, we need to be very careful the way we trek, because if not so, we might be turning around the same circle and be taking doing the same window dressing solutions, which will lead us nowhere. And in this process, I want to say it again, young people must be highly involved. It is true that most young people like myself have been taking initiatives out there in order to enter into inter-community dialogue with either former grazier problems in the northwest, either this problem tackling the Anglophone crisis, as has been since 2016. Young people must get in the room, because look at what happened. It is I think, I don't know the name that they call him, Rambo or whatsoever, which is the junior brother to General No Pity, yes, Rambo, who after some few days that he actually gave himself up to the DDR, that he has actually he has left the bushes and he's out now. He wants to be a good citizen and he wants to be reintegrated. We saw the rescue of the Fon of Bambalang. So I think that the young people, is a very young man, and it is nearly, if not all, most of these people that are carrying out this act in the name of separatists are young people. They are young people, youths. So we understand that youths are at the center of the crisis. So if we need solutions, youths must be highly represented.
Okay.
Unlike the 2019 Major National Dialogue, which we had with some people who barely have idea as to what is going on in the field. Some people who came from abroad that has nothing to do. So it is imperative. It is imperative with the youth, and we have to go down to start at the level of the councils, of the level of the villages. We don't need a dialogue that will have to sit at the conference center in Yaoundé. We need a dialogue that will start with the local communities, and we end up, and if possible, we end up in Yaoundé. But it must start in the villages. That's where we have to start from the grassroots and go up, and not up and come down.
I want just a yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that when you look at the readjustment of the 2023 budget, state budget, you realize that I think if not 29 billion has been allocated for the reconstruction of the northwest and southwest region as a budget for its running. I think that this, and if you look at the plan of the Reconstruction Commission, it has as one of its phases inter-community dialogue, going down to the villages in order to achieve a solution, as they want to say, lasting solution.
We'll be coming back to you.
So yeah, when we come back, I think we'll continue with that.